Hi guys, so I'm back today and I'm gonna share you my friendship experience in all these 3 years of college, which has been actually disappointing. So um, let's begin from the start. I am Diksha Patel of MBBS Batch 2022 in Kgmu, Lucknow, and today I've decided to talk about my friendship experience in this college. My experience since first year has been horrible, and though I didn't meet much friends and I wasn't a part of any group, I guess, but still the few people I talked to had disappointed me so much that I don't even want to make friends now. I'm just ready to complete my MBBS without any friends. And at this point, I rarely have any friends. I rarely have anyone to talk. But I don't care, and actually, I don't want to have people to talk because I've I've become used to being alone. All since first year, I saw was that I have seen people like exploiting you if you don't have boundaries. They'll just exploit you to the extent you'll get emotionally drained, mentally drained, physically drained, and in return you'll get nothing. So I'd always advise you, the first advice I just want to give you is like, please have your boundaries, please learn to say no, and please don't consider everyone as your friend. Not everyone you talk to is your friend, okay? Like, people here will just try to make you do their work, do their things, and much more stuff. Like, I have thousands of examples. I still remember helping many of my friends, mm, and them taking me as granted. It's nothing new. Maybe it's not here only in medical college, it's like almost everywhere, but I think this is the place where you find this kind of people in abundance. So basically, since first year also I had the same experience. I have been exploited also by my friends, so-called friends, which I considered to be my friends, but now I realize that they weren't my friends. And so same thing happened in second year. I have observed my so-called people whom I had talked with and I had considered them to be my friends, drifting away from me, and I it seemed like I was the one holding the friendships together, and like once I dropped the thread, they just drifted away, and no one even cared about my existence or anything. Actually, it did hurt me a lot, and I had cried for these things, but now I'm actually used to these things, and I don't accept, like, mentally, to be friends with anyone I talk to. So I do talk to people. I do talk to them superficially, but I don't consider them as my friend. And actually, the truth is that I'm afraid to say them as my friend because I rarely have any expectations about friendships now. I was a very introvert person. I am very picky person in like getting friends with people and talking to people. And in first year, so I didn't even make any friends. Like, I didn't even make any good friends. I just talked to my roommate and I talked superficially to some of the people of my Lucknow zones. Though I can talk to everyone in the batch. I do talk. It's not that we don't talk to each other, but like, uh, if I had to say who are my friends, I don't think I had made anyone. And but the few superficial talks which I had with people of first year grew up to be friendships in second and third year. It actually like blossomed into a good friendship, which I thought was friendship, but it was just me thinking that I was their friend, and actually I was their friend. They weren't mine. So with time, I realized that people have jealousy, people have things in mind, and they don't consider you the way you'd consider them as a friend, and that's totally normal. You don't need to expect anyone to be your friend here because the conclusion I have derived is like everyone here has a competitive mind because that's why they are here. And uh, competition and competitive minds don't make good friends, I guess. They do make good friends, but only with some people who are lucky. And for me, friendships are not just like that, hanging with each other or eating with each other. I prefer deep friendships in which I can share things, and I can share things, I can give things, I can like have deep talks, night talks with people, and I can cry in front of them. And I these are the things which I consider to be in a friendship, at least for me. And I haven't found any of these things here. I All that I expected from them was friendship, and all that I got was only betrayal and the feeling of being left out. I never got any friendship. I never expected them to do anything from me. I just accepted friendship, and I don't know what was I for them. I don't know how can people be like so emotionally indifferent to a person with whom they have spent so much time with, and how can they be so normal after doing these things? Like, I I do regret so much. I regret so much being with them, and giving my time to them. For people whom I consider them as my friend, didn't even bother about my existence. Like, I was the always one rushing behind them, thinking that they were my friend, or maybe they are so ignorant to me because they might be busy in their lives. But I was so dumb when thinking this, and it was really so dumb of me. Actually, dumb of me, because gradually I realized that it's me who's trying and it's me who is just keeping these efforts. So I decided to give up, and once I just released the thread which I had been holding, it seemed like I was the only one holding that thread, and they drifted so much. I felt that it was just me who was holding them, and they were just ready to drift away. It actually hurted me a lot, and I had cried regarding this so much, but over time I'm just used to. But it feels very bad to see people become so much strangers, just like I don't even know the reason. Maybe because some jealousy or anything, I don't know, maybe. But I don't want to blame anyone, and I've just accepted the fact that we were not meant to be together. Though we had some great times, but I regret considering them as my friend. I truly regret, and I wish if if one thing could happen, I don't want to see them again, because of the fact that because of them I've cried so much. And I didn't cry because like I wanted friendship from them. I cried because I was the one giving so much in these friendships which didn't even reciprocate me anything. Like even my existence didn't matter to them, and I was giving selflessly, considering them as my friends. I thought of, like, I have been thinking of every possible way to make them happy, make them laugh, and I don't know, like, I was such a silly person. But over time I have evolved, and now actually I do fear friendship, and I wish these kinds of people never find me again, and I've just let them go, and I don't want to see them in my life. So summarizing all these things, my friendship experience was truly very disappointing, and if I was to share it in detail, it would be a very 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 long video which doesn't make any sense and all that. Like, in the end, I would like to advise you is that please don't consider anyone here as your friend. If you are only super 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 lucky, you might get friends. Most of people do get, but I wasn't. So I'd advise not to be very much helping, though you need to be there for people in urgency, but please don't just cross your boundaries. Like, I've read a quote, you don't need to cross oceans for the people who won't even cross puddles for you. So better set your boundaries, make yourself a priority rather than searching for friendship in different people. Make friends with yourself, and ultimately all that will matter from here is like the knowledge you gain, the kind of person you become, the development in personality you will do to yourself, and all these things. Maybe you will experience friendships, you might experience heartbreaks in friendships, and that will evolve you into a good person, like a better person. Your personality would change, and it's actually worth it. I do thank them for making me, I shouldn't say so much strong, but making me realize that I should be very cautious and very mindful in making friends, and mindful in giving, and very mindful in crossing my boundaries. That's all what I have to say. Maybe I have just messed up with my experience, because I can't explain everything in detail in such a small video. So this was all for today. I'll just pick any topic again, and thank you for hearing me again. I hope we'll meet soon.